Chipset at 50 document launched, and science fair hosted. A very good evening. This is National EMTV News. I'm Jaylee Sapies. Thank you for joining us. The Motu-Koitabu landowners residing in Baruni are claiming that the acquisition of their land by a developer was not done in the correct way. This has resulted in the burning of machinery and properties of the developer at Baruni earlier this week.
The landowners called for a press conference today to speak about the incident.
So it even involved getting the fraud squad involved to put this matter to rest. Anyhow, the police requested for evidence to carry out in this investigation. So two family members went to the particular area to take videos to produce to the police for their investigation. So in that process, they were being attacked by the caretakers of that particular area with axes and with knives and axes. And
it was highlighted that the landowners at Baruni initiated the destruction of the developer's properties after previous confrontation by the caretakers on the land.
The village acted in the heat of the moment. The village arose and went to the location, thereby attacking the caretakers and resulting in the burning of the vehicles and the machinery at the site. This happened on Monday.
According to Pastor Pala Bondi Gaudi, the matter was brought before the land court in May this year.
Portion of land totaling over 150 hectares was sold by a person of this village, of a clan of this village, and the matter was brought up by the clan itself, a dispute amongst the clan, and the matter was brought before the land court.
He explained that following this, a stop work order was issued. And
on the 4th and the 18th of June, a stop work order was been issued. The work should have stopped, or the order should have been carried out at this particular land. However, the investors continued on to make development, make damage to that particular area, and the landowners have been asking the police to execute the stop work order and to actually stop the...
Benson Wema, National EMTV News.
The Motu-Koitabu landowners at Baruni village are appealing to higher authorities for fair justice on their land after several land issues encountered. Their community leaders expressed today that they have been victims of illegal land grabbing.
Pastor Pala Gaudi said they are depending on relevant authorities to step in so that these issues can be properly settled.
And so on Tuesday, the village gathered to address that issue, the situation, and the village had come up with a committee and have suggested to put together a petition to bring this issue and the issues that we've had in the past before the authorities, so it can be addressed once and for all.
Today, the landowners gathered to present their petition to the authorities for their consideration, but no one from the expected authorities turned up to receive the petition.
Hand over to the authorities. The authorities were actually informed of this occasion here, where the petition is supposed to be given to them. Unfortunately, that arrangement has actually has not been adhered to.
The leaders expressed that it would have been appropriate if a representative had been present to receive their petition today.
If only they were here, or maybe if they could delegate the Motu-Koitabu personnel, police personnel who are here to get that petition on their behalf, give some assurance on that, then we would be very pleased to do that too.
Having a representative from the Aya Authority shows a sense of concern for the community.
So we have seen that nobody cares about our problem here right now that is affecting the community.
Benson Wema, National EMTV News.
Madam Governor Ramsey Pariwa says with the increase in the country's population, funds meant for development priorities fall short for the better implementation of service delivery for the growing population.
Speaking during the presentation of the Madang Provincial Government's Provincial Support Grants Acquittal Reports to Department of Implementation and Rural Development, Governor Ramsey Pariwa encouraged the IRD to increase the grants, describing it as outdated compared to the current population increase. Governor Pariwa told the IRD's Deputy Secretary Program Implementation Wing, Gordon Wafimbi, and his team will receive the acquittals that it is mandatory that constitutional grants for provinces and districts be released on time without delay and called for fairness in its allocation. He highlighted that an increase in PSGs and PSIPs for the provinces will make a difference in bringing services to the people. Acquittals presented captured last year's 250,000 discretionary component of the PSG and also a total of 1.4 million kina rollover of the PSG funds from 2022 up to 2024. The IRD's Deputy Secretary for Program Implementation Wing, Gordon Wafimbi, assured Governor Pariwa that the IRD will take his points into consideration. Mr. Wafimbi said the IRD is taking proactive measures to ensure the availability of funds. Jacinta Dr. National EMTV News.
Port Moresby Nature Park Education Department has hosted its second Climate Science Fair with the aim to promote school students to participate fall short for the better implementation of innovating practical solutions in curbing climate issues in the community and the world at large.
The Climate Science Fair saw students coming up with practical solutions to address issues concerning the environment.
So it filters the bad air.
Nature Park Education Manager Primrose Namara said this year's Climate Science Fair was to provide a platform for the students to showcase their innovative ideas of becoming environmental ambassadors and scientists. Namara shared on some of the topics discussed during the fair.
Aimed at engaging students in critical discussions and creative problem solving related to climate and environmental issues was on the acronym CHIPU, which is climate change, invasive habitat loss, invasive species, overpopulation and overharvesting.
Additionally, a grade 6 student from Philip Aravure Primary School, Stallon Kaum, shared that it is important to use renewable resources for a much lesser impact on the environment.
Our model is mainly a windmill, and you can see that our model here is divided into two parts. So the two parts on this side, this is the present time that we are in now. And this is the future, the vision that we have. So on this side we put trucks and like that to show that factories and all that, they give out greenhouse gases and all that. And then you can see that there's not many grass growing and not many trees. And the environment is hot as well on this side. And on this side, the trees grow properly, animals live well, and then there's clean water as well for the environment. And then the main model that we have is a windmill. So this windmill, we created it to show that we should to encourage the use of renewable resources like windmills and solar panels and hydro powers and all that. So those kind of renewable resources, they reduce the effects of climate change. So it is good to use them in real life as well instead of only creating models.
Grade 6 award presentation.
Jacinta Doctor, National MTV News.
The University of Papua New Guinea, in collaboration with the Department of Prime Minister and National Executive Council, have launched the Reset at 50 documents today in Port Moresby.
The launching gathered all the university's chancellors, government agencies, students, and the general public to witness the launching of the document. Reset PNG at 50 sets out the government's long-term framework for economic transformation, service delivery, governance, and nation building as Papua New Guinea marks 50 years of independence and looks ahead to the next 20 years. Chairman of the Reset at 50 Steering Committee, Charles Abel, said the document is objectively driven based on facts and figures.
Not able to address development issues simply based on facts and figures. Okay, I come back to this point. It takes a vision, a mindset of change, a realization of what the facts are and respond.
Mr. Abel explained what the document contains.
This document calls for a reset in our focus back to the ordinary citizens of our country and what is truly best for their lives through integral human development, which is the first principle of the 5 guiding and directive principles in the preamble to the Constitution. This document is a call for reset to a data-driven, analysis-driven logic to government decision-making.
In addition, Grand Chief Dr. John Momis, one of the founding fathers of Papua New Guinea's constitution, highlighted that one of the things to consider developing is good leadership.
Develop moral leader, long place, long nation, long province, now even talk strong, long decentralized. Structural distribution of governmental power and responsibility. Empower the people to participate in the process of liberation and in the process of governance. Equal something.
Meanwhile, Prime Minister James Marape reminded the students that this reset is about their future.
And I want to ask you, really your conscience, to mobilize you. You're not just to inherit a nation. You must start now by assisting building it together. And together we can all engineer this reform, and together we can work forward to make sure our country prospers. All of us have a role to play in this one, and I call for us to have a relook.
Mr. Marape launched the online platform to access the Reset at 50 document, including the document as well. Nicole Rama, National MTV News.
National MTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Chicken kebab for dinner. Yum!
Beef stir fry.
Chicken curry, my favorite.
Kebabs for you,
Yum!
stir fry for you, and chicken curry for us.
Magic in every meal, 1 cube at a time.
Telecom is offering 2 phones at one price. This is the Telecom 121 and Telecom A551, bundled at the price of 199 kina. T121 phone features include 4G compatibility and camera, while the A551 phone features dual SIM and an AF camera. Great value and PNG owned, sure feels good. Drop into your nearest Telecom store or kiosk today to grab that pair-perfect phone deal.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henow, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
forward to what the future holds. You me holy man, no walk one time. Oh, 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 oh. We dare to believe in incredible things. Oh, 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 oh. With money plus we're ready to go.
We're proudly P&G's homegrown bank. Since 1985, we've grown from a humble local financial institution into one of P&G's leading banks, serving thousands of Papua New Guineans. We've grown together, adapting, innovating, and leading with purpose. We believe in progress. We believe in our people. Together, we're building tomorrow. Kina Bank, celebrating 40 years of growth, innovation, and nation building.
EMTV is proud to announce that we are now offering tower rental spaces on the tallest tower in NCD and Central Province. Our new 80-meter television broadcasting tower proudly boasts an improved structure durability. It is versatile and suitable for various communications and broadcasting needs. It has a high antenna load capacity, supporting multiple antennas and technologies simultaneously. This is your opportunity to optimize your transmission signal for wider coverage and extended reach. For co-location information, contact us today. EMTV, your number one to watch.
You're watching National EMTV News. The Western Highlands Provincial Health Authority, in partnership with the National Identity Registry, alongside UNICEF, have officially opened a new childbirth registry office today at Mount Hagen General Hospital.
Western Highlands Provincial Health Authority, in partnership with the National Identity Registry, will now implement the civil registration for children from ages 0 to 5 years. NID officer Mr. Robert Mana thanked their partners and the Mount Hagen Hospital. He highlighted the motto for the civil registry.
Motto, connecting people through solo, one identity, one country, one people. So that's why we are registering every child that is born.
He said they want to make sure children are registered upon birth. UNICEF Field Manager Christopher Guerume said it is a fulfillment of a shared commitment to make sure every child born in Western Islands is counted from day one.
It is the fulfillment of a shared commitment enshrined in the Memorandum of Understanding that we signed together to ensure that every child, and we mean every child, born in Western Highlands Province is counted, protected, and granted legal identity from day one.
He added that it is the dream of mothers to walk away with the child's birth certificate.
It is also our wish that the mothers also walk away with a birth certificate for their child.
Mr. Guarume expressed that compared to the other Pacific countries, PNG has the lowest birth registration in the region, and that is 13%, and from that only 7% get their certificate. He said today's event changes this reality. Meanwhile, Acting Chief Executive Officer for Western Islands Provincial Health Authority, Jane Alden, acknowledged the partners. Ms. Alden said it is a shock to be born in PNG and die in PNG without being registered.
That in 2025 you can be born in Papua New Guinea and die in Papua New Guinea and never be legally registered as being Papua New Guinean. It is terrible.
She said a birth certificate is a requirement in many places, thus the PHA will support this program going forward. Edward Luke, National EMTV News, Mount Hagen.
The National Capital District Youth Employment Project is giving youths aged 16 to 29 a second chance in developing vital life skills as well as an opportunity to earn an income.
National Capital District Civil Works Team Leader Simon Wise says the project is giving an opportunity to the youths to learn basic life skills. Youths are engaged to work under contractors that are given contracts by NCDC to carry out works like road and footpath maintenance and recreational park rehabilitations. About 100 youths are currently engaged to rehabilitate the Apex Park in Boroko.
Like a second opportunity that they can be engaged through life skills, but at the same time generating income for themselves. Like we actually paying them when they are on this my division. We pay them at a rate of 5 kina per hour.
He says anyone who wants to join the project can visit NCDC office for more information. Currently, a lot of youths are from the settlements and anyone in the city is eligible to join, given they are between the ages of 16 to 29.
But there is an age limit, 16 to 29. That's the age limit, but they can be grade 12s. I think 1 or 2 uni dropouts, grade 10, or there's no like demarcation or discrimination, disability guys too, they are entitled to be.
The project is also an opportunity for youths who want to further their education through vocational and technical colleges to receive funding from NCDC to get educated.
So there's a section that liaises with the vocational schools, the technical schools, if they can be through NCDC's sponsorship.
Currently, the youths are carrying out works in and around NCDC. Charlie Dumavi, National EMTV News.
The newly established St. Peter's Gumbi Junior Primary School received a check of 20,000 kina from the Madang provincial government recently. The funding assistance will be used to build a new classroom.
St. Peter's Gumbi Junior Primary School is a Catholic agency school located in remote Siador local level government area in Raikos district. During a visit to the area last year, Madang Governor Ramsey Pariwa announced his plan to support 7 new primary schools in the district. Last week, he visited the area to honor that commitment. Governor Pariwa said in order to see prosperity and development, education remains his highest priority.
Government Madang lo now we prioritize education. Because time Madang got plan this away man, time Papua New Guinea got plan this away man by me developing Raikos, by me developing Madang, by me developing country. Raikos must got plenty engineer, so that me by making plenty road, me play yet by making. Don't come on back and make it. I'm good. I'm an engineer sitting down stop here. You me boom because of engineer, yeah, we're in brown plus yacht, yeah. I'm straight, huh? Yes. That's why me by invest inside the engineer blame me sit down stop. Me at one non make him road. I'm an engineer blame by make him road. Me must put him money loan. Me must put him work for education. Priority, sepita about education scholarship. You finish the grade 12, finish the grade 10, you go to complete technical college, school of nursing or teachers college or university. Provincial government by school people you.
The governor also presented new polo shirts to the teachers. A local leader from Gumbi thanked Governor Pariwa for honoring his commitment to the school and community.
Me talk thank you. Lord Islol, delegates only come. Governor, one time, online blong and only come. Bossman blow police. And talk him you will plenty or policy in a low blow school. You know kambung lo wanem. Mi pla talk thank you. La disla bung blo school na you come na you talk mi pla sam plus tia talk. Blo look out in school blo mi pla. Thank you lo commitment Governor Wokim. Last year now you mi lookim kai blongen.
Parents, students and teachers gathered to witness the presentation. Nicole Rema, National EMTV News.
TISA Bank Limited has launched a new solar power loan initiative for its customers to access the bank's financial loans to purchase Huawei manufactured solar kits from BNBM outlets. This initiative stems from a partnership between the three companies aimed at delivering affordable, high-quality solar energy systems to schools, households, and small businesses across Papua New Guinea.
The loan is available to individuals with regular income and payroll affiliation with TISA Bank. Speaking during the launch, TISA Bank Chief Executive Officer Sanil Pokarel said the initiative reflects the bank's belief that sustainable finance can drive inclusive growth and a better future. Mr. Pokarel said as a member of the Global Alliance for Banking on Values, TISA Bank continues to align its operations with global sustainability goals.
We believe banking must go beyond profit. It must power lives, support communities, and protect environment. Through initiatives like solar power, we are turning those values into actions. One household, one business, and one life at a time.
He said this solar power loan will empower individuals, families and communities beyond urban areas to invest in renewable energy that will improve living standards and promote economic opportunity. Mr. Pokarel thanked the partners for their foresight in bringing this transformative solution to life. Jacinta Dr. National EMTV News.
Australian Consul General Brenton Kanowski says education is fundamental and a conducive learning environment it must be provided for students and teachers.
This was highlighted today during the official handover program of the water security project to Munum Elementary School in UN Gulf District of Morobe Province. The water security project saw the donation of 4 9,000 litres tanks, desks and a double classroom. The Australian Consul General Brenton Kanowski says the project is vital because it showcased the bond and partnership between the Australian people and the Morobe Province. He says there is a huge challenge in the area to provide clean water and a conducive environment for students to learn. He further says the project is a partnership to assist the schools. The initiative includes 35 schools from 7 districts in Morobe Province. Kanowski also says there are more challenges the schools are facing and they are glad to assist. Morobe Deputy Provincial Administrator, Social Services Robin Bazenuk thanked the Australian government. He says the partnership stems from funds generated by province internal revenue. Charlie Dumavi, National EMTV News.
Now we take a look at the NASFund market report. The Kina closed lower at $0.2378 US in the interbank market. At BSP, your Kina was buying $0.2303 US, $0.3523 Australian dollars, 0.1903 euro, and 34.68 Japanese yen. Now looking at commodity prices, at New York close, gold is trading lower, coffee closed higher, cocoa closed higher, copra closed lower, palm oil closed lower, crude oil is trading higher, and copper closed higher. On the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, the ASX 200 is trading higher, and the All Ordinaries is trading higher. National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck. like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family. Living each day, knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
You get big data and big value with Telecom Good Pillar mobile data plans. From only 3 kina, you get 1 gig for 24 hours. And for only 150 kina, you get 130 gigs over a whopping 30 days. And with loads of Good Pillar data plans to choose from, there's a small, medium or large plan to match your budget. Dial *777# to subscribe. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Papua New Guinea is currently facing a polio outbreak. Polio is a very dangerous disease that causes lifelong paralysis, even death. All children under 10 years of age are at high risk. To protect our children, the government of Papua New Guinea is conducting a nationwide polio immunization campaign for all children under 10. This campaign will run from the 13th to the 31st of October in health facilities, schools, or through health teams visiting your community. If you have a child, grandchild, or sibling under 10, it is very important you get them immunized during this campaign, even if they have received polio immunization previously. Immunization is safe, free, and effective.
Please protect me from polio.
Eligible children will also receive vitamin A, deworming tablets, and routine immunization during this campaign. This message is brought to you by the National Department of Health with support from UNICEF, WHO, and all our partners.
At BSP, we are committed to helping all Papua New Guineans achieve prosperity. So as our nation celebrates 50 years of independence, we are giving back. Over the next year, BSP will commit 2.5 million kina to our employee-driven initiative 50-for-50 Giving Back to help 50 communities across our country, leaving a legacy in education, health, youth empowerment, and sustainable living. Together, we will build a better nation.
Tonight on Sports Scene, we check out the POM AFL Grand Finals, the PNG men's basketball team bagged goals, we speak to junior Kumu debutants,
we're bonding together well as a team,
and we check out Pacific Championships Week 1 update and preps for Week 2.
It's Brendan Piokota and you're watching Sports Scene.
You're watching National EMTV News. Dash Bash Limited has donated gifts worth 5,000 kina to Port Moresby General's Pediatric Ward as part of its community initiative of giving back.
Supporting children who are battling illness is important. It boosts their spirits and helps their physical and mental recovery. Dash Bash Limited aims to achieve this by donating to Port Moresby General Hospital's Pediatric Ward. Dash Bash sales manager Atul Wahed said the company looks to do more of such donations going forward. Mr. Wahed, who had past experiences with St. Joseph Catholic College donating to orphanage camps, noted that it is important for such donations.
After my time overseas and then actually participating in several not-for-profit organizations, I thought, coming back here, why not we try do something here instead? And I've been hearing a lot of stories about the pediatric ward that they need daily essentials. So I thought, we have these essentials, why not we just connect the dots together?
Pediatric Ward Coordinator Fred Aloma thanked Dash Bash for their timely donations, as it will go a long way to help the little ones.
We have a lot of children who are future generations of this country, and actually when they are sick, they need such little things to put a smile on their face, and providing this is part of treatment. Psychologically, they can get well and get home soon.
Jacinta Doctor, National EMTV News.
Chiwaka Province health workers began the second phase of polio immunization rollout this week, but are facing challenges of misinformation and assistance of parents to get their children vaccinated.
Sister Charity Bison from the Kuzib Nazarene Hospital through Family Health Services is urging the church pastors from various denominations not to mislead the people about the vaccination. She says the health workers are carrying out the polio vaccination to protect children from the illness. Bison is also urging parents not to believe in false information about the vaccination that is being carried out in the province. The hospital staff are currently carrying out the vaccination exercise as well as collecting data in various areas in Jiwaka province. Jiwaka province topped the country with 98% immunization coverage in the first rollout, which was revealed by UNICEF and the National Health Department. This is the result of hardworking staff on the ground, and the hospital is urging everyone to work together. Charlie Dumavi, National EMTV News.
The Department of Lands and Physical Planning officially welcomed members of the newly established PNG Valuation Registration Board recently, marking an important step towards improving professional standards in land valuation across Papua New Guinea.
Secretary for Department of Lands and Physical Planning Benjamin Sampson congratulated the new board members and emphasized the board's critical role in restoring integrity and structure to the valuation profession. The establishment of the board is part of a broader effort to address the shortage of registered valuers nationwide. Under the current structure, each province is expected to have a registered valuer. However, this demand has not been met due to the absence of a functioning registration board. Secretary Sampson said the Valuation Registration Board has long been dormant, and as a result, the profession has suffered from a lack of structure and accountability. He stressed the importance of fairness in the registration process, noting that all board activities must be independently funded to avoid conflicts of interest. The secretary reaffirmed DLPP's commitment to supporting the board's operation. Secretary Sampson called on aspiring valuers within the Office of the Valuer General and recent graduates from institutions like the Papua New Guinea University of Technology to take advantage of the board's activation and prepare their registration projects. Nicole Rema, National EMTV News.
Moving to overseas news now, United Nations highest court has ruled Israel must allow aid groups unimpeded access to Gaza. It found Israel has not allowed adequate amounts of aid to reach Palestinians, and Israel attempts to stop UN agencies delivering assistance or a breach of its obligations.
This finding makes two key points. The first is that Israel has an obligation to allow adequate amounts of aid into Gaza unimpeded, and essentially that it failed to do so. The second is that Israel can't stop UN agencies or indeed other agencies from delivering that aid, as it's been trying to do and continues to do in some ways in Gaza.
Please be seated.
The International Court of Justice was asked to deliver an opinion about Israel's obligations as a UN member state and also as an occupying power in the Palestinian territories. The decision especially deals with Israel's attempts to shut down the UN's Relief and Works Agency, which is the main UN agency concerned with delivering aid and services to Palestinians and the lead agency for aid in Gaza. Israel killed more than 360 of UNRWA's personnel in the war, and it shut down its headquarters in East Jerusalem. It alleges that UNRWA, as it's known, was heavily infiltrated by the militant group Hamas and that it provided cover for Hamas's activities in Gaza.
Israel has not substantiated its allegations that a significant part of UNRWA employees are members of Hamas or other terrorist factions. Based on the case, there is no evidence that UNRWA as an entity breached the principle of impartiality.
Importantly, this decision says that Israel's obligations to allow agencies to operate, to provide that aid, are ongoing. They haven't been changed by the fact there's now a ceasefire in Gaza.
This ICJ advisory opinion is a reminder of the kind of damage and the kind of havoc that Israel has inflicted on the international legal order and the fact it has consistently attacked the United Nations.
The Israeli government immediately rejected these findings, calling them predictable and political. It continues to insist that Hamas has infiltrated UNRWA, even though the court categorically rejected that. It also says that the intention of these referrals to the International Court of Justice is to politicise international law, to impose ultimately political outcomes upon Israel, which will harm the state of Israel.
At least 6 people have been killed, including 2 children, during intense Russian drone and missile strikes on Ukraine. The attack came just hours after U.S. postponed Donald Trump's upcoming meeting with Putin.
In Kharkiv, panicked parents rushed to this nursery after it took a direct hit. One adult was killed here. Luckily, the children had already taken cover in the school's shelter. With Russia rejecting President Trump's call for a ceasefire and the planned summit now on hold, the bombardment goes on. In this attack on the outskirts of Kyiv, a mother, a 12-year-old girl and a 6-month-old baby were killed. It was just one of more than 400 drone attacks in the past 24 hours, leaving a community in deep shock. I saw the flames and ran there, this neighbour tells me. We shouted, but there was no response. President Trump sometimes speaks as if he thinks Vladimir Putin is seeking peace. Does this feel like peace to you? I don't believe a word Putin says, he replies, nor do I think Trump is in any hurry to help. President Volodymyr Zelensky believes that this latest lethal bombardment, including the tragic loss of life in this village, is further proof that Vladimir Putin was using the idea of the summit as a ruse to get President Trump to decline Ukraine's request for long-range Tomahawk missiles. This country does not believe that Russia wants peace. This week, Ukraine is pushing its case for new weapons in Europe. It's only through strength, it says, that it can end a war in which civilians are increasingly bearing the brunt.
National EMTV News continues after the break with Chukai Sports. Stay with us.
They're gold nuggets. There's a flavor for everyone. The best tasting snack. Get a burst of gold nuggets. Cheese flavor.
Mega wow.
Chicken flavor.
Mega wow.
Cheese onion flavor.
Mega wow.
Barbecue flavor. Mega wow.
When you're on the go. One more. One more.
Get that burst of gold nuggets flavor.
Mega wow.
We're proudly PNG's homegrown bank. Since 1985, we've grown from a humble local financial institution into one of PNG's leading banks, serving thousands of Papua New Guineans. We've grown together, adapting, innovating, and leading with purpose. We believe in progress. We believe in our people. Together, we're building tomorrow. Kina Bank, celebrating 40 years of growth, innovation, and nation building.
What if every drop of waste oil you poured away could turn into something worse?
50,000 litres of oil is believed to have spilled into the sea.
Waste oil doesn't just disappear. It seeps into our rivers, poisons our land, and suffocates wildlife. Every drop counts, and every drop adds up. With Dunlop, we can recycle used oil to prevent this destruction. Recycling oil not only cleans our environment, but also reduces the need for new resources, saving energy and protecting ecosystems. Let us handle your waste oil and help protect our environment for generations to come.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henow, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started.
Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
Join us weekly on MTV News A Closer Look, the current affairs program that brings you insights for the latest on politics,
organizations are not performing their duty,
business, health, education, sports and more. A Closer Look, 7 p.m. Sunday, only on your number one to watch, MTV.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. The PNG Rugby League competition has confirmed its 12 teams for the 2026 season, marking an exciting new chapter.
The announcement of teams for the 2026 season marks a big step for the Rugby League in Papua New Guinea. The PNG NRL competition has welcomed a new franchise, the Candace Club, who will be based in Medan Province. The inclusion of the Candace shows PNG NRLC's commitment to growing rugby league.
So I'm very proud to announce today that the board has approved and will be welcoming a new franchise, the Candace Rugby League Football Club. This club will be based and play out from Medan Province.
The inclusion of the Candace follows the decision not to reissue the Kimbe Katas a license for the 2026 season. PNG NRL competition chairman Adrian Cho thanked the Katas for their contributions over the past years.
While undergoing the end of season review process, it was noted that the Katas did not meet all the set criteria of their annual license.
During the annual season review process, it was noted that the Kimbe Katas did not meet all the required conditions for their license. The management recommended to the board that the club's license not to be renewed, and the board approved the recommendation. Explaining the process, PNG NRLC General Manager for Pathways and Performance, Tony Asher, said all clubs are issued licenses to compete in the national competition each year and must meet all requirements.
We'll continue to work with all clubs, including Kimbe, to have an opportunity to re-enter the national competition. But currently they are unable to meet the criteria which is required.
The new Candace team will now prepare for the first ever season in 2026, bringing fresh excitements to the competition. Joel Mipari, Trukai Sports.
Two young women who represented Papua New Guinea at the recent FIBA Melanesian Cup have shared their first-time experiences.
In a recent welcome reception hosted by the Basketball Federation of PNG at the Taurama Aquatic Center, Trukai Sports caught up with two of the youngest players from the PNG women's basketball team who took part in the FIBA Melanesian Cup held in Honiara, Solomon Islands. They are 22 years old, Michael Inham and Lynette Tongia, both making their debut appearances for the national team. Michael Inham, who hails from Aira Valley in the Eastern Islands province, said she began playing basketball when she was in grade 5 and has since developed a deep passion for the game.
My goal is to go back home. Since I'm the only Eastern Highlander, making team, Mila just go back in the house, now go back in the province to me, no districts, now go start the training more, Lily picking in or big line want to play basketball.
Coming all the way from Aira, Michael said representing PNG for the first time was a proud moment and emotional experience. She said she was honored to be part of the women's national squad.
So it was tough. Come all the way from Aira, come get here. Now go get Solomon. Yeah, but thank God that because because of His peace, we can go awesome. Yeah, we've been still first on him, 12, but then during the training, or putting me low second on him. I'm not traveling reserve, but as a sport woman, Lumiet, I didn't give up. Me just come to training, gone. I made the team.
Meanwhile, another first-time representative, 22-year-old Lynette Tongia, shared her feelings about her appearance. She said playing for PNG on the international stage was both exciting and challenging, and the experiences motivated her to train harder for future tournaments.
From my own experience, being the youngest, it was tough, but our coaches were there to guide us through. It's my first time to travel out to play in the Melanesian Cup. It was a good experience for me, and to know that we came second, it was a big achievement for me.
Both players said being part of the national team was a dream come true, and they thanked their coaches and families for their support throughout the journey. The two young athletes hope their stories inspire more young girls to take up basketball and pursue their sporting dreams. Joel Mipari, Trukai Sports.
Cricket Papua New Guinea is showing strong support for Pinktober 2025, joining the national movement to raise cancer awareness across the country.
Cricket PNG has joined the global and national movement for Pinktober 2025, standing in solidarity with the cancer survivors and families across the country. Throughout October, Cricket PNG used its platform to promote awareness about cancer prevention, early detection and the importance of regular health checks. During the Women's One-Day International Series between Papua New Guinea and United Arab Emirates at Amini Park, Cricket PNG commentators and media teams used the YouTube live stream to speak key cancer messages. They encourage people to learn the signs, support one another and take care of their health. The PNG Lewas made the campaign even more memorable with a strong 78-run victory over UAE in the final match, closing the series with pride and strength. Cricket PNG chairman Michael Harrison says, sports has the power to influence communities and raise awareness, encouraging people to get screened and support those affected by cancer. The PNG Lewas captain Brenda Tau added that wearing pink represents courage, strength and awareness. Cricket PNG continues to stand with survivors and advocates, reminding everyone that awareness and early action saves lives. Joel Mipari, Trukai Sports.
Trukai Sports continues after the break. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports.
Some days feel grey until someone brings back your smile. Happiness, sometimes all it takes is a bite or a scoop.
Late again?
And sometimes it's waiting in the freezer just for you.
Share the love, share the happiness in every moment with Gala.
Gala Yum.
Get twice the data with Telecom. Enjoy bonus double data from Thursday to Saturday on selected plans. You get twice the data at the same price. For instance, for 5 kina, you get 6 gigabytes valid for 1 day. And that's more data for you to stream videos and play your online games. Drop into your nearest Telecom store or kiosk to top up and get your double data. Great value and PNG owned sure feels good.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck, like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family. Living each day, knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
Papua New Guinea is currently facing a polio outbreak. Polio is a very dangerous disease that causes lifelong paralysis, even death. All children under 10 years of age are at high risk. to protect our children, the government of Papua New Guinea is conducting a nationwide polio immunization campaign for all children under 10. This campaign will run from the 13th to the 31st of October in health facilities, schools, or through health teams visiting your community. If you have a child, grandchild, or sibling under 10, it is very important you get them immunized during this campaign, even if they have received polio immunization previously. Immunization is safe, free, and effective.
Please protect me from polio.
Eligible children will also receive vitamin A, deworming tablets, and routine immunization during this campaign. This message is brought to you by the National Department of Health with support from UNICEF, WHO, and all our partners.
Port Moresby General Hospital is the level 6 tertiary, referral, research and teaching hospital.
The pathology department is also involved.
Port Moresby General Hospital will have its own oncology medical physicist.
When the country reaches 50 years of political independence, we must be able to do kidney transplant.
So for the next 50 years, anything happens.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
You're watching Trukai Sports. The Port Moresby Soccer Association heads into Week 23 with exciting matches lined up for the weekend at Bissini Soccer Grounds.
Round 2 of the Port Moresby Soccer Association's Week 23 games will kick off this weekend at the Bissini Soccer Grounds in Port Moresby. The competition continues to heat up as teams from the Under-19 Youth Division, Division 1 and Division 2, Men's Premier and Women's categories all prepare for action on Saturday and Sunday. Games will take place across both fields at Bissini among weekend fixtures. Fans can expect tight matches between the sides like Munkas FC, FC Genesis, PS Roots and Kutiandra. On Saturday, the Under-19 games began early with Keleuruna taking on City Strikers, followed by Momase against Bismarck. In the afternoon, Men's Premier and Division 1 matches will see Erima Flyover faces University and Finance meet Rapatonga. Sunday's schedule will continue with excitement with clashes between teams such as Murat NCD, Bismarck, Munkas and both Youth and Premier divisions. The women's game will also feature strong competition as Finance, University and Kutiandra battle for points. Spectators are expected to turn up in numbers to cheer their favorite teams as the season nears its final rounds. The competition remains open and every goal this weekend could make a difference in the standings. Joel Mipari, Trukai Sports.
That ends Trukai Sports. The Morning Plus weather report is next. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports. Trukai Sports.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
At BSP, we are committed to helping all Papua New Guineans achieve prosperity. So as our nation celebrates 50 years of independence, we are giving back. Over the next year, BSP will commit 2.5 million kina to our employee-driven initiative 50-for-50 Giving Back to help 50 communities across our country, leaving a legacy in education, health, youth empowerment, and sustainable living. Together, we will build a better nation.
Start your journey with Telecom. Stay online, informed, and in control from departure to destination. Maintain your connections wherever you are. Introducing Want to Travel Easy. the all-in-one eSIM app available in over 150 countries. With instant activation, affordable no-contract data plans worldwide, high-speed internet, and multi-language support. Download One Talk Travel eSIM app on your App Store for iPhone and Play Store for Android devices. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Proudly PNG's homegrown bank. Since 1985, we've grown from a humble local financial institution into one of PNG's leading banks, serving thousands of Papua New Guineans. We've grown together, adapting, innovating, and leading with purpose. We believe in progress. We believe in our people. Together, we're building tomorrow. Kina Bank, celebrating 40 years of growth, innovation, and nation building.
EMTV is proud to announce that we are now offering tower rental spaces on the tallest tower in NCD and Central Province. Our new 80-meter television broadcasting tower proudly boasts an improved structure durability. It is versatile and suitable for various communications and broadcasting needs. It has a high internal load capacity, supporting multiple antennas and technologies simultaneously. This is your opportunity to optimize your transmission signal for wider coverage and extended reach. For co-location information, contact us today. EMTV, your number one to watch.
Dreaming for more than the life we've known. There is more to what the future holds. You may hold him and walk one time. Oh.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by Money Plus, with you always.
The Money Plus weather report for the next 24 hours. In the southern region, Port Moresby City partly cloudy, possible brief showers and thunderstorms. And in Popondetta, cloudy periods with few rain showers.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by Money Plus, with you always.
And that wraps up the news, sports and weather for Thursday, the 23rd of October 2025. From all of us here, pleasant viewing. Good night.
This news program was proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Gold Nuggets.
Coming up next. At 7 p.m. Sports Scene, 7:30 p.m. The Pacific Sports Show, 8 p.m. Talk PC News Headlines.